Alright. We're out here on this glorious morning. I got to spend some time in the field today. Got about 45 minutes left, I think I can get in. What we're doing today is, it's kind of probably hard to see on the camera, but really, you can see that this has been kind of tilled up, cultivated a little bit, chisel plowed, and kind of broken up. This is brand new land that has been fallow for several years, probably over a decade. And if you've been following us at all, you know that we have done a lot to improve this. And so, right now, I was able to get some time out here, thankfully, before I head into work. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of making another pass here by hand. It rained quite a bit last night, so the ground is pretty wet on the surface. You'll see a lot of this is clumped, really packed together. I don't know what this looks like, but anyway, what I'm doing is I'm walking through and I'm trying to find big roots like this. Really, the bigger the better. The more I can get this stuff out of here. I want to focus on that, whatever. The bigger the better. So if you walk through, you'll see I've kind of done this area already. As you start walking through, you'll start to see much larger sticks like this. That root, or even big boys like this. So I'm walking through and I'm getting them all. You can kind of see I've got a lot to do. And I'll probably do most of it this evening. It's supposed to be a beautiful day out, so hopefully this will dry out pretty good over the next 8-9 hours, and I'll be able to come in here this evening and get after it. One thing I did want to talk about quick was my struggles with organic certification. It's a big deal for us here at the Walnut Hill Farms to be organic, and whether that means being certified or not, it sounds like we have to decide that. We have to make up that choice, because in dealing with my certifier, again, if you've been following us, you know that I am redoing the chicken coop. It's back there. But that's also where the pasture is. There's a nice big tree there, or 2 or 3, 4 big trees right there. And kind of where my pickup is, and kind of around before this way of the Kwanzaa and all that. It's all what I want to be the pasture for the chickens. That's where they're going to be, because the coop is connected to that. At any rate, I'm obtaining some organic chickens from from a farm out east, an organic certified farm. The chickens are certified organic, and very generous gift to me and our farm here, and we are very excited about it. Except I went and called our certifier to talk about what kind of challenges I'm going to run into. And the first thing they told me was that I can't put organic chickens on a non-organic pasture, because that will negate their organic status. And so I need to rush and hurry and get my organic status figured out and pay a bunch of extra money. So then I started thinking, well, first of all, it's shocking. Second of all, why? It doesn't make sense to me. If the pasture that I'm going to be putting the chickens on is eligible to be organic, and I have the documentation to prove that, and I continue to manage it going forward as organic, why can't it be certified just like the field I'm standing on right now? At a later date, after the chickens have been here, after they've, been on the pasture. Why does it matter, right? Why does that matter? I could understand that if I could be at risk if I don't follow all the rules when the inspector comes and then certifier reviews everything, like, oh, you missed a couple things, so we can't certify you. I get it. I understand that risk, and I would appreciate that risk, because that's what a lot of this is. But I'm not even being advised that that's a possibility, that it could go one way or the other. I'm only being told that it can go one way, which is that they cannot show up until I have the pasture certified. And so I'm just kind of bummed, honestly. So I've got my certifier doing some more research, because I've heard different things, and that practical or that logical viewpoint really had them thinking about, yeah, that doesn't really make sense, but the rule's the rule, so we got to kind of, stick with it. And I'm like, well, that rule doesn't make sense. So they're looking into it, and I'm hopeful that we'll be able to come to some type of resolution, because I really want to be able to get those chickens over here. I really want to, and not to sell anything. I'm only getting a couple chickens, 5 chickens. I'm not trying to make money off of it. What I'm trying to do is just secure that relationship with that farm, get my feet wet raising some livestock, because we've never done it before. So that's what my goal is. And what I don't want to have happen is I get these organic chickens, put them on my pasture, and then they're like, oh yeah, well, since you put the organic chickens on an inorganic pasture, now your chickens are not organic, and that pasture you put them on is also not eligible to be considered organic. Therefore, you have to wait and do all this other stuff before we can recertify that pasture as organic. Because that's not my goal. I have my farm set up the way I want it, and I don't want to have to play Tetris moving blocks on trying to get my land organized to be certified. It's a huge headache for me. So if they come back and say that I can't get it organic or whatever, we're going to pass on the chickens. And unfortunately, just crops will be done this year at that point, I guess. Or maybe later this fall I'll get chickens. I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comments. Share this video. See if anybody knows the answer to that question. Or point me in the direction of a certifier who can help me with that. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you from the Walnut Hill Farms. Have a good day.